Hi Cancer, thank you for joining me here. This is going to be your monthly in-depth reading, and I'm going to be picking up major energy that you will be feeling, or maybe you are already within the in those energies. And I'm going to be using this major arcana deck, animal spirit, and oracle deck to get the major energy rolling, and then we are going to delve deep into this by using different kind of tarot deck, and at the end I'm going to give you the divinely timely message by shaman oracle deck. Okay, and please keep in mind this is a intuitive free flowing reading, so there is no certain structure that I follow, and I just deliver the message as I receive them. And also I do take jumpers from the deck, so sometimes it takes more time to get the jumpers while I shuffle. So if you don't want to waste your time, you can always fast forward it or not. Okay, all right, let's see what we have for you. The wheel. I'm kidding you not, this is the third time I think I got the wheel. I don't know what's going on. Something is changing. Maybe collectively something is shifting. It's like I'm like, there is like other time I got the wheel and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take it. But this wheel came again while I started shuffling again. Okay, anyway, so we got the wheel. And then we got fish. Okay. Pisces card. Oh. Then you got wolf. One more. Oh, we got two of them. I'll take this. So you got scorpion and fox in reverse. Oh, that's very interesting energy right there. Okay, let's get an oracle. Resplendent with grace. Okay, Cancer, let's look at these cards closely. Again, I'm getting the same kind of feeling. Who else got that? I think it was it Scorpio or Taurus. I don't remember properly, but they all got this. I really feel that something just changing. It's really feel like that. It's like some kind of vicious cycle, something coming to an end, and you feel very victorious, you feel very relaxed or relieved. Something just done with it, just done with. It's like the wheel is all about changing the fortune, changing the fate. Like something is completing and something new is coming in, which brings a little bit of sense of freshness and a little bit of like sense of like again this kind of vibration that like everything is bright, everything is colorful. That kind of it's not like some kind of fantasy world, it's not like some kind of mythical world, it's more of a that kind of refreshment. It's like something is just done with, something just dealt with, done with. It's like forgotten. It's like something new cycle is starting, and I am really getting that vibe. There is a sense of relief, sense of release and relief, like lightweight that I'm getting from this message. And I'm also getting this sense of like you are more prone to take risk and to not really thinking about, like not really do too much of calculation before you take actions. And that's really good because you are water sign, right? You flow, you are ruled by your emotion, and sometimes that can be very detrimental to your nature, because it kind of goes all over the place. But and right now I feel like that you are just listening to it, and you are just going with it, and it feels right. it feels right. I think last month I got a message for you, and it's, I don't remember, but it has a similar thing, like something just get done with, and I really feel like this is a continuation of that energy, and now we are shifted from getting done with, and now we are feeling this upliftment, feeling this kind of enthusiasm again, and not really up in our head and calculating all this, because the way, look at this, it's like this gamble chips, and it has this certain sense of risk taking, like this standing on one toe. I really getting that, like, not really bother too much about taking action. If it feels good, if it feels good in your gut, if it feels good in your heart, you are just going with it. And with the fish, I got the similar thing. Fish is all about agility. Fish is all about this ability to, this mutability, which is a Pisces sign, like the mutability, like jumping from one scenario to another scenario, or not too much holding back, and that kind of mobility. I'm getting a sense of mobility, sense of speed with the fish, and I'm feeling like there is a certain sense of calmness there. It's not like too hurried, it's not like too rushed, it just feels natural when you're moving from one scenario to another scenario, when you are taking new action, when you are getting into new kind of project, when you are just doing things on impulse, but it doesn't feel impulsive, it feels very natural and organic with the fish and a whale combination. And wolf, and it got paired with wolf. It's very interesting. There is a sense of knowing with the wolf. I feel like there is a sense of knowing, and wolf is earth element, this like a vibration of earth. It's not just all floating and like swimming. There is a, within this mobility, there is a sense of knowing, and that knowing comes from a deeper sense of groundedness. And I that's why maybe you are not too much of thinking about how this, if I take this action, how it's gonna pan out, because there is a certain sense of inner knowing. You know that it's gonna pan out well. You know that you want to do something which is aligned with something, like much more groundedness. And with the wolf, I'm getting there is a sense of inner knowing, inner peace that coming in. And I'm also feeling that in this, during this time, your intuition gonna be very on point. Let's say you are talking to people, you don't, if you take a much time, if you used to take much more time to figure it out, like where they're coming from, what their intention behind, and all these kind of things that you usually ask when you get into a communication with others. But I right now I feel like, because there is a sense of knowing is so on point, you will be not, wondering so much. You will be like, there is a, you will be talking to people, maybe you don't know them that well, but just the, you can catch their voice, you can catch their tone, and you can understand their intention behind. There is a certain sense of psychic ability that I'm getting with this wolf and fish, and that's, because of this groundedness, because of this kind of connectedness to the mother earth, to the center, you feel more agile to take risks, because you are not wondering, you are not permuting what is that called, permutation combination of 100 different options. You know that how things, like the clarity is on point, let's say in that way. And with the fox and the Scorpio, I do feel like that, Cancer, that you are taking a break from your family thing. Like you are taking a break. I mean, what do you mean by taking a break? Let me break it down a little, because it's not that you are not dealing with them. You are, maybe you are a person who used to put a lot of emphasis on your family's need, whether it's the siblings, whether it's parents, whether your daughter's son, like whatever, grandparents. There is a sense of this kind of home come first, that kind of sensitivity that you are kind of very much, you were can very much like submerged with. And I feel like there is a certain sense of autonomous like identities coming through. You are much, that's why the wheel is, now it most makes sense, because you are taking, I feel like you are a kind of person who will think about all these people that in your family, how they're gonna think, how they're gonna perceive, whether they're gonna approve. It's not about more of approval, but more of a how they're gonna feel, whether you are gonna hurt, whether your action gonna hurt their moral standpoint or their cultural, like ethical standpoint. You always put others' opinions and their feelings before you. But I feel like that's just changing. You are more becoming autonomous within your own personality. You are getting more autonomous, like you are. And there is like maybe not maybe, like because you are getting much more independent in your actions. You are not asking other people too much. Hey, I'm thinking of doing this, what do you think, how do you feel if I do this? Those kind of consultation time is kind of, you are kind of cutting that time off from your routine. And it may come across to other that you are becoming more venomous, you are becoming more like, they may not take this transition very well. But I don't think that is stopping you, because you realize that in order to really be this kind of free flowing, really get off their burden of all this kind of opinion and other things that you have, like, like the wheel, we started with this, something you are closing off, something that done with. I feel like this kind of thing that you are always like, put others opinion, others thought, others expectation before your own need. And that has been changing. And maybe because of this transition, people don't accept changes too easily. They will think that you are becoming some kind of, like a selfish, self-centered, like the kind of venomous kind of person. But that's not the truth. And the thing is, you are understanding that you are really realizing that in order to really be autonomous, you need to sometimes be yourself. And if that it means that you have to be a little selfish, and that doesn't mean the selfish is the truth, is that the perception, how people are perceiving your action is selfish, and you are okay with that. You are okay with that how they are perceiving your act, rather than completely suppressing your own need. There is that kind of change is happening. And because of that, there is a lot of luck, a lot of lightness is coming to your way. you know then resplendent with grace. This is like, there is a like I was saying, there is a certain sense of, it's not anxiety. And those changes usually you get you right, those when people do not perceive you the way you actually come across, your intention wise, your intention inside your heart, you that riled up your emotion, that kind of that put you up in a lot of thoughts, that, oh, how can I make things clear to them so that they can perceive me, my actual being, the way I'm really want to come across. But you are not really thinking about all this, because there is a certain sense of less anxiety through this whole process I'm getting. I don't know. I'm continuously talking. I know I'm not taking break. I know that I'm feeling this energy. I feel like you are gonna be feeling this energy. There is a certain sense of urgency. There is a certain sense of desperation there. But this desperation doesn't come from the sense of anxiety. Doesn't come from the sense, oh, I have to prove something. It comes from this, this resplendent with grace. Like there is a certain sense of relaxation I'm getting. Certain sense of relaxation. You can just lay it back and be yourself the way you are without caring too much about how others are perceiving you. There is a certain sense of badass, kick-ass kind of attitude I'm getting. But this kick-ass kind of attitude does not has to be explicit. Most of the time, people who try to be explicit, kick-ass, they try to dress up like kick-ass, they try to talk like kick-ass, they like to, all this kind of, they try to force themselves too much to fit into that kind of kick-ass kind of personality, so that people can perceive them as, oh, what a kick-ass kind of personality. But I feel like you are just doing you without putting too much emphasis on it, embellishment, how you can come across to people. So there is a certain sense of relaxation, a certain sense of grace coming out of your demeanor, like through this process. Okay, all right. So let's get into the detail. These are the energy. Okay. Now we are gonna get into tarot to see what are the situation that you are dealing with, which kind of pulling this kind of energy out of you. This is really nice energy. I'm feeling it. You are not anxious at all, Cancer. Like I think last month, or every time I do your reading, there is always some kind of emotional waves that I feel with you. There is always something I feel like that your emotion goes so high and low. Sometimes it's really rile you up from inside. It gives you this kind of, and that's why you come across all edgy. Sometimes you come across a little aggressive, but it's not that. It's just that your emotional is so wavy, but there is a certain sense of grace coming out of it, because you are not really bothering about, especially with the fox in reverse. I feel like family members, close friends, not really friends, like family members. It could be distant family members, but relative family members. You are taking a break from their expectation. You are just doing you, and you are doing it in a very subtle and relaxed way, not like you are not trying to prove anything to anyone. Okay, uh, hold on. Look at what you got. High priestess. Inner knowing, what I said with the wolf. The same thing is coming, that the wolf is in the middle, and that is the only earth card we got. We got also fox, but that is reverse. You are kind of, but there is like a inner knowing that is coming from you. You are much more confident with your intuition. You are much more confident how you feel. You don't question too much. You are not questioning too much. That's giving you a whole new attitude of life. Okay, what you got? Four of Cups. We got two more. Okay, these two came together. The world in reverse and the moon in reverse. Okay, let's get one more, because these two came together. I don't know, I'm feeling very energetic to do your reading right now. Very much. Okay, Ace of Cups. Oh my God, Cancer. So many so many water card here. The High Priestess, Pisces, Ace of Cups, your cup, yeah, your card, Cancer, Moon, your card. So much. You are very much in your element, even though it may not look like it, because you are not used to go to prioritize what you feel and what you need. You are more used to prioritize what you want rather than what you need. And now you're shifting that from want to need. You what you need is to really prioritize and listen to your feelings and go with it. That's what you need. And that's why you are so much in your element. That's why so many water card here. Look at this. We got fish, we got Scorpio, we got High Priestess, with Ace of Cups, with the moon. So many water card right there. you know with high priestess, let's look deeper. On the surface, the first message I got, that you are that inner knowing. It's like a revibration of the same inner knowing, reiterating the same inner knowing, reassuring you that whatever you are feeling, do not question that. Do not question that, because it's gonna guide you. It's gonna guide you to this, to transfer from want to need, what you need. And I'm also getting that it may look like that your eyes are closed, but your eyes are actually open. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, hold on. It gave me this two-sided eye. Okay. So it's like this, that maybe people, not only people, maybe there is some part of you. I don't know why I'm saying maybe. I usually do not say maybe. Hold on, give me 1 minute. I want to be completely sure. I don't like maybes when I do readings. Okay. Cancer, like it's telling me that if you have any doubt, close your eyes. Like whenever you feel like that you are, like let's say, because you are changing your pattern, right? If you have any doubt, when you are taking an action. It could be a major event, it could be just a little incident. If you have, like, let's say you want to do something and your mind is saying, okay, this is more rational things to do, but you feel like your body is not really vibing with that. So close your eyes and really completely zone out for few seconds. You will know that what exactly you want to do. You see they I don't know, I don't, I mean, I saw this again before, but this time they're really emphasizing on, I don't know how clearly you can see, their eyes are open at the same time their eyes are closed. So when you close your eyes, you see better, you feel better, you know better. And that's what the wolf is saying, that you know better when you go within, when you don't try to know it. I hope it makes sense. You know better when you don't try to know it. Your intuition gonna tell. Our body is a source of knowledge, and it's much more primitive and much more ancient than our mind. And we before our mind can process it, our body already knows. So that's what it's telling. You know it before you know it. So in order to tap into that energy, even if you feel a little bit of confusion, close your eyes for a few seconds and completely try to zone out from everything, at least for few seconds. And within that few seconds, you will get the answer for whatever answer you're looking for. Any kind of decision making, any kind of which way you need to go, or any kind of confusion gonna be cleared up within that few seconds. This is a technique, and I feel like that within that, like when you zone out, I don't know, this is a very spiritual card, because High Priestess is a spiritual card. It's gonna align you with your knowledge that you already have. Anyway, I think you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is a very spiritual card, and that's where the wheel is shining on. So wheel is shining on this, the wheel is all about change in fate. It's shining on this transition between want to need. You need to focus on your need, which lies in your feelings, in your gut, in your body, not in your mind at this moment. So that shift gonna bring the luck in your life. With the Four of Cups right under the fish, like, I'm getting that you have been there have been many cases in your life that you felt very, whatever you tried to do before, it always felt like it just doesn't complete. There is always a sense of disappointment, but the disappointment not from the other people. Disappointment is like a self-inflicted disappointment. You feel like you start something, then you automatically start to imagine that it's not gonna pan out, it's not gonna be completed, it's not gonna be the way you envisioned. So there is a inflicted disappointment, which kind of turns into this, anything that you try to do, into some kind of incomplete project or incomplete, like a voyage. You know what I mean? So there is a sense of, what I'm gonna do, what is good for me, what will speak to me, what is out there that I will vibe with, that kind of unknown longing, which put you off from this fish attitude. The agility has been dimmed down because of this self-inflicted disappointment. Hold on, let me get another card on Four of Cups. Yeah, there is I'm not gonna call it laziness. There is always this, oh, it's not gonna work for me, it's that's not what gonna be my frequency, but how would you know if it is your frequency if you do not go there? So there is a sense of inhibition that has put you off for a long period of time, because you are more focused on your want. You did not validify your need up until now. It's a little deep reading, I hope this makes sense, because it's kind of broader. At the same time, it's very innate in our to our existence. It's not about event, it's not about, okay, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, this, and it's more about how we are tuning inside so that we can tune outside better, or the way we want. One more card. Oh, I got two of them for Four of Cups. See? Look at this. These things are so real. The message come to Two of Swords. What did I say? Two of Swords is like, you are like your mind. Your mind always kept you from doing anything. There is a sense of, and it created emotionally, it created this sense of, hold on, sorry. Oh God, okay, excuse me. Okay, so you look at this, King of Wands in reverse and Two of Swords, and that is clarifying your Four of Cups. What is your mind is constantly like Two of Swords. Oh no, you cannot, your vision is blocked. Your vision was blocked because you are like constantly, you are projecting your thought into the future. But when the future is already, how can you experience something which is not yet experienced? But you want to experience that which not yet experienced in your mind, but without really experiencing it in your mind, it only create confusion. With the Two of Swords, King of Wands in reverse, you couldn't take a stand. King of Wands is energy who knows that, okay, I want to do it. I feel passion, I feel this fire in my heart, and I'm gonna do it. That kind of this will, that willpower force us to do something in practicality, that which is driven by purpose, which is driven by passion. That is back in upside down, because your mind is taking over, it blocking your vision. Your mind was not clear. You are like constantly trying to project your experience in the future without really living through the experience. I hope it makes sense. It sounds simple, but if you really think about it, slow it down. I know that I'm talking faster. Slow it down, because you need to register these lines. Like without experiencing it, you are projecting your experience in the future, and that created a lot of disappointment within your mind, within your emotion. It affected your self-worth. It made you lazy. It made you scattered. It made you kind of blah, like, okay, I'm just gonna sit there and wonder and ponder and think like I'm not good enough, or think that I won't be able to do this. It's not about it. It's less of how I'm not good enough. It's more of, oh, this not gonna fit my vibe. It's like everything is not gonna fit with you. But how will you know if you are constantly projecting something, unexperienced things in the future without experiencing it? And that's why your eager, your passion, your purpose, things to do, the will to do something is completely distorted. Look at this. I told you that, and these two card came in to reassure the Four of Cups, which makes perfect sense that how you got emotionally affected by your mind and your lack of willpower. Lack of willpower is a result of something that goes on. It's not that your will is not fiery. Everybody's will, we are all fiery inside. We are all fiery inside. We all have fire. It's not that we don't. Sometimes we just focus on other elements so much that it take off certain energy from other element, and we completely feel, like kind of we don't know what to do, and then we don't take any actions to meet our own needs. Forget about wants. Wants is exterior. So next thing we got is the world in reverse and the moon in reverse. And what we got right under the Scorpio and the fox. Right? Hold on. They asked me to look at it. Both of them, there is a lot of green color coming in. Cancer. So I know this is fall, maybe it's not very night time to get into the nature, but I will highly recommend go into the nature and go to the water. If it's possible, sit by the water. Where is color green? Color green has something major to do with you at this time. With the world and the moon both in reverse, I feel like, hold on, this cycle is not over with your family. So don't, okay, I got this message clear right now. So okay, so when you try to go on your own way, not thinking about others, what they're thinking, what they're expecting, that's not selfishness. Let that thing clear, because this cycle is ongoing. Is right now you need to focus on yourself. So don't beat yourself up. Oh, I'm all of a sudden, I'm this selfish person who doesn't think about their parents, who doesn't think about their partners, who doesn't think about their siblings or offspring or whatever. Like right now, every energy has its cycles. No energy can contain for eternity, and every energy is transmutable. With the world in reverse, is the universe is trying to tell you that, Cancer, don't think this is you are becoming, this is the permanent you. At this time you need to focus on your need, and because you are not very, your mind is not very accustomed to identify your need, so it's gonna take some time and concentration on your own self right now in order to identify what your need is. Most of the time we don't understand our need is. We understand our need in relation to what people think our need is. So that's not our need, that's what our like projected wants what we want projected from outer side to ourselves. Okay, I'm getting a little too philosophical here, let's break it down. So what I'm trying to say here, that don't beat yourself up if you are coming across, if you are even identified by yourself that you are coming across a little selfish. Don't beat yourself up. This cycle is not ending, it's not your ultimate you. This is a transitory phase, and you need to focus on your own self. You need to focus on zone out. You need to focus on your body. You need to focus on your, like these chakras. You need to focus on your, in order to identify your need. Because moon in reverse means that your emotion, you're still in the process of identifying your needs. Your emotion still riles you up. You are still in the process of connecting all the dots of your emotional vibration that you feel. Sometimes you just feel so much, so it doesn't, you cannot recollect the source of that feelings. You just feel the embodiment of that feelings, and it sometimes you feel like, why I'm feeling this, why I'm being so selfish, why I'm being so self-absorbed, because you are not getting the source of the feelings, you are just getting the vibration of the feelings. And that is the moon in reverse is telling you that in order to really, moon in upside is really calming energy, where emotional, we kind of track the emotional trajectory, and it makes sense and it brings clarity of our emotional pathway. But when a moon in reverse, it the emotion is okay, income, it's like it comes like what is the word, it's like incombobulated, I don't know, sorry, I don't know, it's something like that. It's like it doesn't bring a lot of clarity, because you cannot track back the source of that kind of emotion. You just feel the vibration of the emotion. So in order to track back that source of the emotion, you need to be more in your body, calm your mind down, because that will give you, that will lay down what you need, before right now. Take your attention, take your focus off people, and put this focus inward on yourself. And that's not selfish. They are telling me to tell you again and again, because you have the tendency to beat yourself up by calling yourself selfish, self-absorbed, too self-centered, those kind of things. But do not, please do not. This is, you need it. And look at this Ace of Cups. When you do that, when you really let yourself go in that flow, Ace of Cups. There is nothing better than Ace of Cups in the entire tarot deck, as per to me. It's like when you let your emotion flow, when your emotion does not overwhelm you, because emotion only overwhelm us when you do not know how we are feeling and what is the source of that feelings. Then we try to fill that gap with your mind, with our mind. And mind, because it's not connected with your body, it try to give many options. Oh, maybe you this, maybe you, because mind doesn't know the exactly, because mind is not aligned with your body, so mind just try to give you bunch of options, and that create two of swords, that creates this mental block, that creates this mental clog, because we are not looking for the source itself, we are trying to ask a third party to give answer to ourselves, which you know by ourselves already. So with the ace of cups and high priestess is saying that stop seeking answer from outside, and right now your mind gonna be your outside. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't think about your family. I'm again saying, don't think about this family. This is not the cycle ends here. It's not you are going to be thinking about your family again, so don't think that you are betraying everybody. Okay, don't be so all this melodramatic. So come to the point, don't think about all these people, don't think about anything, just think about your body, because right now you're rerouting, like you're connecting your mind with your body, so that you are not so lost when you feel something. And I know you are cancer, I know cancer people very well. One of my parents was cancer, and I know how you guys are, like you feel so much. You are like, literally you are like waves of the oceans. So when you feel so much, it's very important for you to connect that feelings with your mind. Otherwise mind gonna give you 1,000 different options to fill that blank, which will only create inactivity, laziness, and unworthiness. Trust me on that. Okay, all right, let's get another layer. I'm talking so fast, I can feel it. It's funny. Oh, yeah. Okay. See, again, two of swords, and four of swords in reverse. Okay, we got it under. Yeah, you just overthink everything. All right. Very hard for you to make any kind of decision, and being a Libra, I understand that process. Okay, we have devil. Okay, we have again the world. Look at this, and this time the world is upright. Two of swords this time. Okay, there's a lot of repetition. So there, okay, what is telling viscerally, what this energy is telling me, that this, it's gonna be a repetition. Like world in reverse, the cycle gonna go. It's not that, okay, once you go with this, that's it, new, that doesn't work like that. For you, it's gonna be a circular movement. So you are gonna go through a process, you are gonna feel like, okay, I almost got a hold of it, but it's gonna come back. But okay, I'm gonna get in there in the second row, but when it's come back, you have to, okay, I'm going ahead of myself. Okay, what I'm trying to say, it's a repetitive pattern, but this pattern is not to your detrimental when it comes back this time. Hold on. Okay, oh my god, Four of Wands under Ace of Cups. Is this something I feel like this is also, okay, this is a sidebar thing. Within this process, you are also manifesting a love. You are definitely manifesting a love. And this love is not just kind of, okay, meet up, go out, not that kind of. This is very deep. This is very deep, which gives you a lot of stability. You are also manifesting within this whole thing. You are manifesting this love. Okay, they correct me. Because of this love, you feel the need to shift from want to understand your need. Because you understand, if you don't understand your own need, you cannot be present for this love, because you don't know what to do, because you are going to be all up in your head, and it's not gonna be this free flowing. And this kind of, with the Ace of Cups and Four of Wands, this love is definitely very spiritual, very, it's not just dating and all that, like I don't understand anyway that kind of concept, but anyway. So what I'm trying to say, the whole process is kind of driven by, you are motivated by a person connected with you who you are deeply in love with, who brings a lot of stability, who brings, who actually you want to be with them, you feel that they are, I don't know, it's just a connection, it's just a strong connection. You look at them and you feel like, okay, we belong together in whatever way. It doesn't have to be traditional way belong together, it just mean, whatever belonging means to you, you feel that belongingness, you feel that connectedness, and this whole connection is propelling you to transitioning from like just doing things for others or doing things for whatever want you feel like projected on you, rather than really understanding what you need. Because in order to have a real spiritual connection and something very that kind of love, one has to know their need, otherwise it's all over the place. Okay, so get back to Two of Swords and Four of Swords in reverse, right under High Priestess, right? Okay, with this Two of Swords, I'm sensing a lot of determination, lot of clarity, even though there is a Two of Swords. But you look at this person's eyes is fixed in the vision, it's not wandering, and it's fixed in the vision. And this is a beauty of this Two of Swords. When you are fixed in the vision, it's not like a horse kind of fixation where you block the 180-degree vision. It's your vision is open, you are taking in the surroundings. It's not the tunnel vision, it's not that kind of vision. You are taking in the environment you are in, and through this take. Okay, sometimes I have so much thoughts, it's very hard to process through few words, like what I'm meaning by that you are gonna be very much in tune with your environment. It's not that, okay, I want this, so I'm just gonna block everything else. No, not that kind of rat race. That kind of rat race. With the Two of Swords, with the High Priestess, you are much more focused. But that focused come from taking in the environment you are in. So your senses are on point. That's what I meant. It's not that you are blocking. If you're like, let's say, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, let's say you are walking, you are really taking in, like the street you are walking on, what kind of, the energy that you are getting from the passerby or the environment and the, atmosphere, neighborhood. You are taking in the breeze, you are taking in the nature, you are taking in also how you feel about it. All these senses are very on point. And through this, when all the senses are on point, it's actually making you feel very direct way. Your vision is clear. Because your senses are on point, you can feel better, you can feel clearly, you can think clearly. And that's what the Two of Swords is telling me. It's not about non-clarity, it's about clarity through taking in the environment fully, clarity through mindfulness. Yeah, that's what it is. Clarity through mindfulness. Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you are not on resting, you are not isolating yourself. There is a sense of like I said, agility with the fish. There is a sense of speed, but not like a speed like, oh, I'm just gonna win the race. Not like, you are not doing this stupid rat race. But you are not like that. Oh, I'm just gonna sit in my room for 1 week and contemplate on this and how I can transfer this want to need. Nothing gonna happen if you just contemplate. Things happen when we experience things being happen to us, by us. So action gonna redefine your experience and transfer that transition. So that's what Four of Swords in reverse is telling, that you are not sitting like this. Before what you used to do, you just sit, oh, nothing gonna work for me, oh, I'm just gonna sit in the balcony and think that, oh, this is not my vibration, oh, that I'm not gonna like it. There is a kind of inertness that was there, but right now you are on rolling. But this rolling is not aggressive. Like you said, it's like there is a certain sense of relaxation, certain sense of grace, certain sense of calmness, and kind of complacent come with it. But there is complacent doesn't mean inertness here. And look at this, the devil in past, what I said. This is amazing how cards align. Two of Swords, King of Wands in reverse and Four of Cups. While you feel demotivated, while you felt beaten up, while you felt this kind of lost, the battle lost, defeated, while you felt your mind is completely like overwhelming your body, your senses, you felt that what if this future does not, what if whatever I'm gonna do does not match up with my vibration. It created a devil. It created a devil energy within you. It created a ball and chain kind of attitude in you. You always felt this dependency. Even though you did not like this, even though you know where the block is, even though you know your mind is kind of, mind is very great, but not many people can use the mind. Overthinking is not thinking, you know. Overthinking is unclear thinking. So when you use this mind in a without considering the senses, but Two of Swords is thinking with consideration of senses. When you don't think with senses, when you don't think like how you're feeling, your senses, we have five senses, six senses to be honest. We have five senses literally. If you don't use the senses, then our mind don't work. We don't know how to use our mind most of the time. We don't know how to use our mind. That's why so much of chaos created in our head. And look at this, this kind of things created a devil kind of energy in your realm, and it made you feel very dependent on your own behavioral pattern, even though you know that there is something that you need to change, but you always felt like you need to hold on to that kind of pattern because that's how you know better how to exist, because you never really tried how to exist otherwise, because you always felt that's the only way, otherwise you are going to feel lost. So you kind of got this kind of ball and chain kind of devil kind of attitude towards your own behavior, which is actually blocking you to progress, blocking you to be you. So there is a certain sense of codependency within your behavior, and you try to project that codependency onto other people you had with other, and relationship that you had. Those kind of relationship actually only manifested and multiplied your codependency and thinking kind of behavior more and more, because they try to clear things for you rather than you create a space for yourself. So it kind of created a devil kind of codependency attitude within yourself. I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. But look at this, the world is saying that, like what I said, the moon in reverse, not knowing the trajectory of emotional path, that is coming to an end. You are gonna be knowing. So when I said that there is a repetitive pattern, but when this repetition is coming this time, you are gonna be much more attuned with your body. You are gonna be much more attuned with your intuition to combat that emotional turmoil. We are a human being. Of course there are going to be emotional turmoil. We cannot be zen all the time. If people say that they are zen all the time, they're absolutely lying. They have no idea what emotion is, because when you deal with your emotion, there will be waves, because emotions are water does not exist without ripples, water does not exist without waves. So you cannot take the elementary nature from an element. Let's face it. So emotion gonna be turmoiled, but when you know the trajectory how you feel, then emotion doesn't become a negative burden on us. Then emotion become feelings. There's a difference between emotion and feelings. Then when you know the trajectory of your emotion, then emotion become feelings. Then you feel things. Then you don't hold the anger on envy or jealousy or whatever it is. I mean, those are things are also needed. But if it is the constant only things that you feel, then it's really negative emotions. But with the world, right now, I feel like you are going to be coming to an place where you can track back your emotion, why you are feeling this. And when you know why you are feeling this, it becomes more of a feeling based. Then you can feel things rather than projecting this kind of your personal emotion onto it. And again, I four of wands I already described. I really feel that this love, which is kind of right now your focus is your self improvement, your this transition, but this love is the motivator, that kind of propelling you, that kind of inspiring you to make these changes happening. And this change is going to happen as you go. Don't force changes onto you. We are the part of nature, and nature does not happen forcefully. Let it unfold you naturally. Just be open. That's all you have to do, is be open. All right. Okay. So I think that's what I got so far. I'm not gonna take any more tarot. I'm just gonna get divine message for you. So I'm gonna get two cards. One is invitation. One is medicine. So invitation means what? Oh God, so many cards. I'm not gonna take it. Invitation is what universe is asking you to act on right now, and medicine is what universe is asking you to pay attention to, and maybe fix it. Or I don't like that fix word. What is there to fix? Um, Hold on. Just pay attention. I think fixing is all about acknowledging. That's what it is. Um, Hold on. Let me wait. Oh, oh, I'm so happy that I did your reading right now. Oh, so Jaguar is your invitation. Oh my god. This, see? Jaguar and Wolf. Wolf came right in the middle of the. I knew that Wolf is significant. And Jaguar, they are from the same family, big cat family. They all have the similar kind of attitude in their lifestyle. And what is that? It is that kind of independency, and go with, like, really focus on your instinctual. They are very instinctual. All bad big cat are very instinctual amongst all in the entire animal kingdom. Let's get another card for medicine. Oh, okay, the rainbow. Oh, this is, hold on, I want to show you the combination. Look at the color. It's a similar kind of pattern going on. And it, you see, I say that all these things can happen within the relaxation. There is a certain sense of grace that's gonna come when you just let it happen. Don't force any change. No matter how much other people provoke you, no matter how much I tell you, it doesn't matter who tells you. Don't force any change. Just accept the change needs to happen, and change gonna happen automatically. That's the only way change can happen. Hold on. Let me read it out. So we are gonna open up the book. Jaguar 28. Mm-mm. So, tu- 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 tu. Okay, here you go. Jaguar. When Jaguar comes as an invitation, Jaguar calls you to explore beyond the walls that confines you, to go outside your normal routine. See, break your pattern, to push your limits and boundaries. She is delivering an invitation from your own future to investigate the unknown. What I said, don't project the unknown experience into the future and feel that you already experience it. Experience it. The only way to know future is through experience. Otherwise, it's like a this kind of mystical folklore story that we heard in when we were childhood. Once upon a time, we always glorify past. Same thing. We always try to glorify or mystify future. We glorify past and mystify future, because none of this is actually lived experience. So the only way you can really experience is by through experiencing it. Future, to investigate the unknown, to venture into the mystery and the dark places you have been reluctant to explore. Toss all caution to the to the wind. Know that your jaguar instinct will serve you well. What did I say? Instinctual. Listen to your instinct. Listen to your instinct. Okay, the rainbow 41. That's your medicine. You need to work on that. This is a very nice reading. I like it very much. Okay. So rainbow medicine, don't get caught. Okay, see, okay, don't get caught in pursuit of the illusion of the pot of gold and the end of the rainbow. See, the illusion, the illusionary, that once upon a time, experience it. There is no illusion, there is imagination, and there is experience. Find the treasure now in the moment by coming into right relationship with those around you. I really feel the relationship, I got that there is a certain sense of you are connected with someone. I don't know whether you guys are together or not, but it's very spiritual. You love them absolutely, and you need to go through this in order to bring them into your life, like in 3D realm. I really feel that. Find the treasure now in the moment by coming into a right relationship with those around you. All your gifts are at hand, so obvious you may have missed them. Be true with your intention and intuition, and do not be led astray by daydreams. Okay, no more intuition, no more illusion. Don't leave, like we feel like, two absurd. It's like mind. We feel like we're thinking. But what are you thinking? Without senses, this thought means nothing. You are misusing, overusing your mind, which completely affecting your body. Anyway, I hope you get something out of it. I hope you find something useful out of it, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye.